Hello, it's James again, and this is topic selection and clarification. So, this is the goal of this part is to talk about how to think smarter versus harder and about how to select our topics. Have you ever had a time when the topic was due and last minute just ended up choosing one and then it turned out to be an awful topic. It was a pain to research and it made the outcome a lot worse. We've all had this situation, and the goal of this part is to make sure that that doesn't happen. So let's begin with choosing a topic. So, when choosing a topic, we first have to understand that we have to have a commitment to that cause. It has to be important to you enough so that you will want to learn more. Also, you want to be sure that you have some sort of reputation in that topic, because what not only will this allow you to have a baseline knowledge at the beginning, but also it'll make it so that you are a credible source on this topic. And then lastly, the occasion. Is the topic adapted to the audience's expectations? Not just their expectation of the assignment, but also the expectation of the content. Is it going to be something that is complex enough for them to to deal with? So, three simple step process for finding a topic: compile a list of potential topics, evaluate each topic, and then commit to a topic. So, how do we compile a list of potential topics? Easy: brainstorming. There are some tips and tricks to help us improve our brainstorming sessions so that we're more likely to have a wide range of topics, therefore a diversity of potential topics, so that we'll be able to get to the right topic. So, when brainstorming in groups, we should always come prepared and invite others to do so. Coming in completely blank is not a good idea, because you will then end up with topics that are maybe not as developed. Also, invite others to the party, people who you may not know, or people who may not be your best friends. In fact, there have been studies showing that a group of friends will not be as impactful in a brainstorming session than a group of strangers, because with friends tend to think similarly, whereas strangers may think differently. Think and rethink the real issue of this is more about choosing potential solutions for a problem, but it can be helpful for us as well. Also, record as you go. Be recording every single topic. Defer judgment. Do not judge. Not only other people, because that can make it so that the person is less likely to contribute in the future, but also don't judge yourself, because we can end up making it harder for us to present topics. In a brainstorming session, there are no wrong ideas. Also, become a generator machine. Set large idea quotas and elaborate and improve. Never deny any topic, and overall be bold. So, when compiling a list of brainstorming topics, we can brainstorm topics on interests, beliefs, hobbies, educational experiences, jobs, cultural backgrounds, places you've traveled. There are so many ways that we can brainstorm, because each and every one of these thoughts could be something that you could choose. Then we could, if we don't find anything in that, we can research potential topics like magazines, bookstores, libraries, websites. Hey, guess what? If you search informative speech topics, You will find a lot of informative speech topics. Go figure. Asking friends. Guess what? Someone in the class has probably looked for multiple topics and then selected one. So I'm sure that that person may be able to give you a topic because we've all gone through this selection process. You could even ask family members, fellow students, and cool professors. So if you ever meet a cool professor, they may be able to tell you. Now let's talk about, now that we've compiled a huge list of topics, now we want to evaluate each topic. We want to make sure that it is appropriate for the speaking situation or assignment. For an informative speech, if you do a persuasive speech, that would be an inappropriate topic. Also, what makes a speech inappropriate? If it doesn't conform to the cultural values, situational values, or relational values. If you are talking about something that will make the audience feel uncomfortable, then you may want to try to avoid it. But another way to evaluate is this topic interesting to me? If it's interesting to me, that is an incredibly important part because you will then show your passion versus just have to fake your passion. And also keep in mind, is there enough research on this topic? Can you hit the source requirement? For the informative speech, you're going to need 5 sources, 3 of which are going to be from the databases. So please be sure that you are finding those database sources so that you will be able, and choosing a topic like why dogs are good pets, that's not going to be a good speech topic because there's not going to be enough research on it. Also, will this speech topic be exciting and interesting to my audience? Focus on if this information is new to them, and if it is not new to them, show how it will be new to them. And also, does this topic have a direct or indirect impact on my audience? Is this relevant to their lives? Or how can you make it relevant to their lives? And useful. Is this information useful information, stuff that we can use in our everyday lives? So think of it like a Venn diagram, where in this bubble you have all of your interests, and in this bubble you have all of your audience's interests and whether or not it'll be new, relevant, and useful for them. And what you want to do is you want to find that small sliver where it is both. Also, keep in mind, is the topic area too large or small to cover in the allotted time? Remember, you have 5 to 7 minutes. So, will you be able to talk about the history of America? Absolutely not. In 5 to 7, well, maybe you could, but you wouldn't be able to cover it in any sort of detail that would be new. And the last step is commit to your topic. And this can be very challenging. In fact, there will be times when someone will have thought of a topic and was like, okay, I'm going to do this topic. Awesome. Then once they actually start researching it, it then becomes a challenging topic. And therefore, they then are like, well, maybe I'm going to hold off. Maybe I want to change my topic. We want to try to avoid this. So I know that it's not maybe the most amazing thing to research, but I highly insist that when you commit on your topic, you should already have done a little bit of research on that topic. Because if you haven't, then it is a lot more likely that you'll want to change your topic closer to the deadline, which is something that we definitely want to try to avoid. I want to set you up for success, and that won't be setting you up for success. Now that we've talked about the topic, is our job done? No, we also want to develop a speech goal, specific purpose, and a significant statement. So, the speech goal is the general purpose. The reason why we want a general purpose is for us to understand why. What is it that we hope to achieve by the end of this? And there are three basic general purposes: to inform, to persuade, to entertain. So, in the informative speech, guess what? Your goal is to inform. For the persuasive speech, guess what your general purpose is? To persuade. And the special occasion is to entertain. Easy. Then we talk about the specific purpose. The specific purpose narrows the focus of the topic. It explains what will be accomplished, describes what will be covered in the allotted time. So, the speech goal plus the audience plus the precise description of the topic is your specific purpose. So if your goal is to inform the audience, and your topic is the dangers of talking about elephants, then you'd talk about, today I will inform you. Uh, this public speaking class about the plight of elephants. And that is your specific purpose. It should be audience centered, concrete, declarative, single sentence, and specific language, and express only one idea, only one sentence. Then the significant statement is the answering the age-old question, so what? Why should I care? Audiences overall are inherently egocentric, so we want to play into that. We want to show why do we want them to listen? Or why do they want to listen? Does it fit them and their interests? And how can I best relate my speech to them? So start asking ourselves these questions. And lastly, the topic revelation statement. A lot of times we think of the topic as the thesis, and yes, that's kind of true. But we want to be sure that we are reducing it to a topic revelation statement because it should have a conversational tone and a time indicator, a communicating verb. I will describe, I will teach, I will argue, and then any sort of adjectives that you can to help make the topic more vibrant. A good example of this would be uh, for the next 5 to 7 minutes, I will teach you of the dire situation that elephants are in due to global climate change. Boom. Simple, clear, single sentence. That is your topic revelation statement. So, thank you all for listening. I hope that this was valuable in helping us improve our topic selection and then clarification. See you next time.